Hello, my fellow geeks and citizens. I am Geekier Gamer, and today we are diving into the empowering chapter as we continue to work towards hellish technium. Welcome back to Techopolis 3. Okay, so let's take a look at this chapter, empowering. We're going to need to make some batteries. We're going to need to make some netherite ingots. Let's see, netherite is smelted netherite dust. And netherite dust is made in a metallurgic infuser with gold and netherite scrapped. So let's see here. Let's make a pattern for that. Let me throw this netherite scrapped in. And let's see here. Netherite dust on this. If I say plus, so it's 0.04 buckets. I don't actually know how to measure that. So let's go back up here and go to gold dust. And is it per? Let's see how much we get per dust. If I throw one in here, you can always dump it. What do we get? 10 millibuckets. Let's grab a netherite scrap. Let's see. Netherite scrap. I'm going to assume it's 4, but we're going to test. So we can make sure that so if I put that in there, nothing happens. Add another one. Nothing. Another one. Nothing. 4, still nothing. Okay. So I'm not sure that means, but we'll keep going until it works. I know that enriched gold is better, but I have pretty much unlimited creation, so I'm not going to stress too much. What the heck? This is... Oh, wait a second. How many netherite is it? It's probably more than one. It's 4. Oops. We broke our experiment. So let me get a bunch of netherite, and we're going to have to start this over again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually, let me round this out to 300. To 300. Then we're going to put, there we go. There it goes. And it went down 40. So it was 4 to start with. So let's go do this craft. Or this so I'm going to take that out and I'm going to put 4 dust in there. Toss the stuff back in the thing. Go put this in the metallurgic infuser. That's the first half. This is the first half of the recipe. The second half of the recipe is we got to smelt it, which I think I already have set up. Yeah, here, a smelting factory, the one that's doing glass. So we go over here and we say netherite dust. We want to make an ingot, and we're doing a dust like that. Then we can go up here and look for the glass. Let's see. There it is. Boom. All right. I'm going to need some more patterns soon, so let's go pattern. Oh, wait, I have a bunch in there already. Great. So stick these in here. All right. So that'll get us another ingot, which I don't believe we actually have already. Let me netherite. Oh, no, we don't, but now we can request one. I don't know how many we're going to need, but we'll just do one to start to get the quest. All right. Let's look at a single battery. So we're going to need to do an atomic reconstructor, which I think I made another one. I feel like I made another one that's stuck at some place. But maybe not. Maybe not. Let's peek around a little bit. I don't see one. So let's make another atomic reconstructor, or deconstructor rather. Atomic deconstructor. I don't want to mess with the one we already have set up. Let me see. I need a redstone torch. And then I need a lever. And we're going to do this manually until I see if this needs to be done at scale. So we just need a place that already has power, which I know I have power cables underneath a lot of these buildings. Let's look and see what's in here. We can go up a level. I don't think there's anything up here. And then I don't know if I have power up here already or not. I don't think I do. Oop, a little bit of a lag spike there. Let's peek down underneath here. Well, not there. Oh, what am I doing? I can just do an entangle importer. Ugh. I don't know why I immediately went to running cable again. So let's go up here. Let's get a quantum tangle importer. I know I have one on me, but that's for my digital miner. So just grab another one. Throw this thing down. Which way does it face when you throw it? Okay, great. Let's put some power on the back. I want to go get this from power output, energy, output, auto eject on. It should start going. Yep. And then maybe I don't need the redstone torch. Let's just, can we shut it off? Yep, we're good. All right. So looking at this, we're going to need a good quantity of redstonia and inori crystals. So redstone, it's redstone, and then what's the inori crystal? Nickel. So let's get some redstone and some nickel. Redstone, get a couple stacks, and then we'll get some nickel. All right, we'll just turn this thing on and start chucking stuff in front of it. And we'll wait for all that to convert. Give it one more blast. Looks good to me. Yep, so we'll just throw all of this in our system. And then let's go back and look at single battery. I don't know how many batteries we're going to need to make. Double battery is just, okay, it's just more of those plus an advanced coil. Okay, which is, okay. I don't know. Let me look at the Empowerer setup. So the Empowerer needs display stands. Empowerer is going to cost a bunch. The display stands do need some of the special quartz, which is, yeah, chisel quartz blocks and regular quartz blocks. So let's go over to our, we do have a stone thing over here, so let's get some quartz. Get some quartz blocks going on here. We're gonna just take 2 stacks of it, and we're gonna chisel 1 stack of it. And then we're gonna go zap these. That should be more than we need. Let's see. Throw that down, throw that down. Let them convert. All right. Throw these in the system as well. Okay. So let me think. Whenever we set up an Empowerer, it's been a while since I've done one, but I think you only need, 4 display stands plus 5 for the making of the thing. So let's make the display stands. Display stand. There they are. And we're gonna make 5 of these. I'm gonna need more netherite. Yep, because I didn't cook that up that much. So let's netherite. Let's go ahead and request 10. Okay, display stands. So we need 4 more display stands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. And we're going to need the single battery. And let's go ahead and make a few of these. I don't know how many we're going to need, honestly. Double battery. I don't have gold in nugget form? That's interesting. So I don't have that in a compacting drawer, or in a, yeah, in a compacting drawer. That's fine. Okay. Let's make a couple batteries. I'll put the rest in here. Okay, so let's go back to our quest line. So we're going to need an empowerer. This is the setup. I'm not exactly sure what that is up there. Maybe that's a power generation. Yes, it looks maybe like it's power generation going up to something at the very top. This is not really getting very descriptive. Example setup. Yeah. I've done this before, and we color the wires to send the items to the empowerer, and this is to extract it back into your system. So this is not something that's uncommon. I'm not sure what these laser nodes are. That's a little different. I've never seen the laser nodes before. Maybe this will walk us through needing those. We'll see. So we need to make the empowerer. Everything we need should be in there. Great. And then I don't believe that display stands need power. Let's look at the picture again, pretty picture again, just to see how they did it. Yeah, maybe they do. I don't know what those are. So let's take a look at the display stand. So let's find a place to set this up. You could do it in here, but we just let's continue on to the next floor and fill in some of these holes. Okay, we'll put the display stand in the middle, or not the display stand, the empower in the middle. But we do need to think about how to get the items to it, like that demonstration showed. So don't know if that's we don't need that for the middle. Oh no, we do. Okay, so the middle. Oh, because we're going to color, then we need to go up one more. So that's the middle. That's the first end. There we go. All right, the middle, then the display stands. 1, 2, 3. It does look like display stands need power. So we can run, let me get some more cable, universal cable. Let's make some elite. And then let's make some ultimate. All right. And then we need another quantum entanglement porter. Go. And we didn't need the redstone. All right, so let's run some power to each of these along the outside. Okay. Okay, put the quantum entanglement porter right here. We'll say it gets from power output and that it exports. There we go. They're all powered. There it goes. All right. Our first craft, we may not mess around with the colored things. We just may do what we need to do. So let's see, a smithing tablet. Allows you to use netherite to upgrade tools and armor. I don't really need this except to do this craft. So let's get a smithing table. Craft one, boom. And then we need some netherite. Go ahead and order 10 more just so it's there when I need it. So in the meantime, I'll grab the 2 I need. And then what was the else was in that? 2 diamond. All right, making progress, making progress. So just like with other, if you've never used I don't know, there's a lot of mods that do this kind of thing. So you put the items right on there, right on there, right on there, put the middle one in. And then do we need to do something to turn this on? Like a button or something? Let's look at this picture again. I don't see anything that might be an activator. Is there something that activates it? Let's grab a button just to find out. Let's see. We'll get a stone button. Here we go. See what happens. If I put this on here. Oh, I can't. Interesting. How do I turn this thing on? Let me get this out of my way. Oh, that miner's still up there. Even though I'm not using it. Okay. Can you put the button on top? No. All right. How do I turn this thing on? All right, I'll be right back. Pause for a second. All right, so it needs to have 2 blocks between it. So we'll see if now that I've done that, if this will kick off after I place the ingredients, because I don't believe there is an activation. It's automatic. Yep, it's automatic. So yeah, I just didn't set this thing up right. There we go. Smithing template. I don't know that we're going to need it for much of anything. Let's see, empowered canola seeds. We just need crystallized canola seeds. So we need to throw some in front of the empower down here, or the deconstructor. So canola seeds should have some. Canola, it's been a long time since I used them. Ooh, I don't have very many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And only 1 has to be crystallized. So 1. All right. Back up here. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we end up needing these, I'm going to have to go set up a cloche with those since I'm very low. All right. Then we need to go to each of these empowered crystals types. So each of these are a block, and this, like, so for instance, this is, oh, wow. Empowered emeradic. Block of emerald. So we have a lot of things to empower here. So empowered. So if I go to the guide here, actually additions, empowered. So we're going to need to do each of these blocks, I think. So let's see. First one is blocks of iron and an empowered Inori crystal, which is a nickel, which we already have. Let's see, I'm going to have to go down here to the deconstructor for a few of these things. So I might as well set myself up down here. Let's see. Empowered Inori crystal. Yeah, it only comes from the block. Okay, so I need some iron, and I need some empowered Inori crystal, which is nickel, a nickel block. So let's get a nickel block real quick. Nickel. Oh, I should add these to my hot links here so I can, when I lose this, I don't have to retype it in. All right, so let's go get some nickel and some gold while we're at it. Let's see. Nickel, I need a 1. How many of these do we think we're going to need? Let's look forward at this quest. So we're making superpowered crystal block, which is basically made up of all of these in the crystal assembler. Okay. And then that's just from the block. Fine. Then we have amethyst. Crush super empowered. Okay. And then we have netherworld model, which we're going to need some of these for to create. Okay. And then what is amethyst used for? Let's see. Amethyst. Amethyst. Not going to need that. Not going to need, might need warp dust at some point in the future for waystones. What is this? Oh, okay. ME void cell. Interesting. Tinted glass, calibrated. All right, I don't think I need this for hellish. Let's go down to our hellish. We're getting close to hellish. What, organic? Is organic need any of this? It doesn't look like it. And then hellish. Here. What goes into this? All right, so I don't think we're going to need a ton of this. Looking at this, so let's make 5. So let's get some iron. We're going to need 20. Right, and then need to throw the nickel in front of the laser here. Zapped. Okay. Then we need to do 5 crafts on our thingy here. And this is why we want to automate. Okay, so let's stop and think about this then. I don't need to like fully automate from AE, but I can throw down a chest and a logistical transporter to make this thing easier to manipulate. Let's see here. Get a chest. Chest. And a logistical transporter. There's one right there. So I throw the chest right here, and then have this coming out of the chest. And then let's assume that they're not all the same. Black. I don't know. I don't know if they all need to be the same or not. That's a great question. Like this first one's not the same. So we'll make all of these black, and then we'll see if we have to change that later. And then we'll make this one, I don't know, blue. Okay. Let's delete that. Delete. New filter. And we'll say we need to put this in there. And this needs to go to blue. Save. I want to say 4 single item. Yes. Round robin. Yes. New filter. Iron blocks. Needs to go to black. Save. And so that if I stick all this in here, let's see what happens. Oh, I did something wrong. It's an Inori crystal block. I think I have the recipe wrong. Going back over here to the first one. Inori crystal block, block of iron, block of quartz. Block of quartz. Okay, so it wasn't all iron. My bad. Quartz. So I need 10 blocks of quartz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need to change the color of 2 of these. Blue. Make that one green. Make this one green. And we'll set up green to be quartz. Save. We'll stick this in here. We'll take that off and that off and put them back into chest. Although we only need 8 more. Okay, oh, and then we have to set up the export, which would need a filter, or I just grab it. So semi-automatic, right? Do these not stack? They do. Okay, great. Semi-automatic is fine. All right, the next one. Although if I set this up to export, then I could let me go get a logistical transporter because I want to be able to control exports. I have a bunch of my chests over here still. I need a chest, another chest for my export chest. All right. Back in the building here. See if we can get this done before we call a. So we would need to have an export, the logistical transporter like that. And then cable off of it to a chest, right? And then I need to set up filters. Select this one, save. So now it's running. And I think that was the last one anyway. So, oops, can't open the chest. Okay. All right, so let's do the next one as just another use case to see if this thing works. So the next one we need is the Restonian one. Takes a Restonia crystal block, which is a block of the stuff I already have. I don't actually have to make that. And then an ionite block and a ruby block. So let's do Redstonia. Where did my Restonia go? I thought we made a bunch of everything. Oh, it's Restonia. There we go. Need 5 blocks of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I need an ionite. No. What was it called? Ruby and Enanite. Tight. And then I'm going to need 10 of these. And then I need 10 ruby blocks. No, wait a second. Where's my ruby? I know I have ruby ore being created, so that means I must have forgotten to put a remote upgrade in this. Let me do that. Drawers. Let me right click on this to make sure. Nope, yep, I totally forgot. So right click on this here and put that in here, which means none of these probably have it, but that's fine. All right, Ruby. There it is. And then I don't know if it's just like that. Nope, it's 9. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Hopefully that keeps going. All right, back here. Proof of concept, right? So now we gotta set the filters. So a new set of filters. I need to say Restonia goes to blue. Save. And then this one can go to black. And then this one can go to green. Pop them in the chest. Off it goes. Bob's your uncle. And I need to set up the filter for the first one. Oop, something didn't go right. Oops, I set them up to the wrong one. This should be black. Save. There it goes. All right, it's going to create one, which I'll have to grab by hand, and then create a new filter. Boom. Save. Throw it in there. And Bob's your uncle. All right, so I have to do that for all of these. I don't think you need to see that on camera. It's going to take me a little bit of time, but this is the kind of setup to automate your Empowerer. You know, each time you do something new, you do have to configure the logistical transporters so they send them to the right places. But after that, you can easily create whatever you need to create. And I could go one step further, and I could put a pattern on top of this and hook it into my AE system, and then I could do it on demand from the AE system and have an importer here, bring it back into the AE system. So that's basically what we're looking like. Well, on that note, I want to thank you, my fellow geeks and citizens, for joining me on this episode. As we messed around with the Empowerer, we have a lot more to do in this chapter, finish making these blocks, but that'll have to wait for the next episode. So until then, I'll see you then. Goodbye.